Hey, how y'all doing? I'm just waking up, fresh thing in the morning. Had a long last night. But we got something to talk about. Now you guys know that Rickey Smiley's son passed away not too long ago. And we was all wondering, how did he pass away? Well, we find out it was because of them drugs. Overuse of drugs. They know the drugs, kids, you know. So Rickey Smiley is talking to today's show, and we want to listen in, and we want to hear what they're saying and what's going on. We want to respond to this. We want to react. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and make sure you leave a comment. Now, also, DJ, stop the beat. Now, before I play this interview, I ran across this YouTube channel called Gay Bible. I don't know what the heck they got going on over there, but I ran across this clip that I want to play for you guys. It was quite disturbing. Look.
With that, he was really thinking about cutting his hair? Really? Because he was still trying to uphold his image that Rickey wanted him to maintain.
Let's run that back.
For the battle with that, he was really thinking about cutting his hair? Really? Because he was still trying to uphold his image that Rickey wanted him to maintain.
All right, so they talking about the passing over there too. So what is that about? Do you guys know what that about? And can we talk about peer pressure from your parents and peer pressure from society will cause you want to leave this earth? You know, maybe that's why he was on that dope so bad, because of all the peer pressure of trying to be this and trying to be that. And that's not just who he is. You got to meet people where they at, you know. But let's see what Rickey Smiley had to say on today's show.
First of all, you get the call that no parent ever wants to get, that that your child has passed away. What happened, Rickey?
I was in Dallas at my apartment, getting ready to watch the playoff. His girlfriend called. She said, "Text Brandon at this number or call him." So I called, nobody answered. I called her back. I said, "Everything okay?" She was crying. And she said that, in her words, she said that he had OD'd. And so I called him, and that was around 10. That was a 12 o'clock flight leaving Dallas. So I just kind of grabbed my backpack and jumped on a plane and flew to Birmingham. And I got a phone call on my way out the door from Brandon's younger sister that lives in Atlanta, Taylor, that he had passed. And she was crying. And yeah.
Had there been a history of drug use that you knew about?
Yeah, he was struggling with that. We had his mother and I made several attempts to try to send him to get the help that he needed, send him to rehab. And we thought that he was doing better. He had just joined the church, had just got baptized. Again, probably a month before he passed away. And, you know, he went in, he used, and it killed him. But we haven't got a toxicology report yet. So this is just what we're speculating according to his girlfriend who found him unresponsive.
And the cause of death, we should point out, is pending because of some additional lab studies that are needed. But you mentioned that he has had a history, and you're here this morning to talk to other parents as well who may have a child who's dealing with addiction issues.
Yeah, we have to have a conversation, but I think the parents are having the conversation. The problem is getting the kids to listen to what the parents are saying. The parents are having these conversations. Some of them are uncomfortable, and we just assume that if you're in a good school district or you're in a gated community or everything's going good, that these kids are not, doing drugs. You don't have to be in the hood, to succumb to drug abuse. So Brandon, we had been talking to him for years. I don't know why. I don't know how. His mother's clean and sober her whole life. She lives in Atlanta with Brandon's boneless father. And myself, we are all clean and sober. And I just don't know. I hate it.
What was he like for folks who didn't know him?
Yeah, fun, funny, always the leader, always the prankster. This picture right here, I was surprised in that weekend, took him to Busch Garden that weekend on the plane there. We were flying out to LA when I was taking BET Concert View graduation. He was a great kid. He came to live with me at the end of his 8th grade year. I wanted to, have an opportunity to see him into his manhood. And probably about 11th or 12th grade, it started getting bad or whatever. So I thought I had control of it. Took him off to Alabama State University. Then I sent him to the University of Alabama. After that, he started doing stand-up comedy.
He wanted to be like Dad.
Yeah, he was getting, he was doing some stuff with Roy Wood Jr. from Saturday Night Live, who's also from Birmingham. He had some wonderful opportunities. I had him on stage when he was 7 years old. He wanted to perform. Just a great kid, a lot of life. Every amusement park in the country he loved, roller coasters. A lot of fun.
Rickey, you've been making folks laugh for decades now. One of the funniest folks out there. How are you? How are you holding up in this moment?
I just have to, I'm doing good. God had kind of gave me a sense that, that I'm shocked but not surprised. Or whatever. I understand what's out there.
Yeah.
I understand what's going on. And God just kind of showed me some things. So I was deep inside kind of prepared for it, but at the same time when it happens, you can never be prepared because that's your child. But I'm doing good. I still have to do my morning show. I still have to press my way through, pray my way through, lean on my spirituality because the God that we serve is just awesome. Have given me peace that surpasses all understanding. And if anything make me cry, it's God's goodness to be able to get out of the bed, to be able to do my morning show, to be able.
All right, so you heard that. What do y'all got to say about that? He said deep inside he already knew. He already knew. He said his son been dealing with the sugar booger, so I don't know what type of drugs he on. Now, y'all know they said marijuana is the gateway to the drugs of them all. You know what I'm saying? That's how I start that marijuana. So he said he's been doing drugs since he was in 11th or 12th grade, y'all. Did y'all catch that? Wow. He said that more parents need to have the talk. He feel like parents are having a talk, but they're not getting through their kids. Well, maybe parents are coming off unrelatable. In order to get through to somebody, they need somebody that's relatable, somebody that's likable. A lot of times parents come off as this authority figure and they're not relatable. It's almost like the police trying to tell men what to do and how to do. They're really not going to take it because how they come off to them, so men in the streets and police, they don't have no relatability. It's a lot of hatred. So it gotta be respect, and if you want these kids to listen, it gotta be relatable. You gotta meet them where they are. But they are saying that his son was trying to be this higher person that he struggled to be, and it led him more into sugar booger use or drug use, So I just want to let you guys know what was going on. I'm going to look here in the comment section and see what they're saying down here. I know they're probably giving him a lot of condolences. It says right here, we have to thank Rickey for being an inspiration during these times of motivation to the other families out there. Looking at Brandon, I can tell he was almost ready to elevate, but something deep-rooted held him back. Yeah, drugs held him back. And I think, too, it doesn't help when people sugarcoat it. You got to put it out there. Drug use. They smoking that smoke, So, people are pretty much in this subgroup. It's pretty much just talking about Rickey Smiley. They're not talking about drug use and how we need to have a war against drugs. We're not talking about drugs. So I guess, do you guys think that more people will have a conversation about drugs? He said deep inside he already knew, And that's something too. he was supposed to go to church that morning. That morning he was going to church, but he decided to hit that pipe, you know, and it was a wrap since then. They said it's not official. They haven't got, I guess, a report, but I guess they already knew. I guess he was back on drugs. And people around him knew he was on drugs. And they say he always struggled on them drugs. You know what I'm saying? Drugs, they say, is a powerful thing. Now, I can't really, I've never did drugs before. So I can't talk firsthand how to struggle with it. You know, I've been around people that's been on them drugs. You know, so you just got to pray for everybody on drugs, you know, because it would eat your mind up and it would take you out of here. It is poison to your body. And it's sad that all these rappers, you know, and this hip hop culture, it push drugs and it glorify these drugs. And ain't nobody talking about the drugs, you know, and all the bad things that come amongst the drugs and how drugs is like a demon that is going to mess up your mind, mess up your body, and take you out of here. Okay? So we got to have more conversation about them drug uses, especially in the black culture. But y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all want to talk about dating. Y'all talk about dating 24/7, submissive, aggressive, all this bullshit, trying to change somebody. How about change them from stopping them drugs? Okay? Can we talk about stop them drugs? Okay? Stop submitting to them drugs. Okay? Fight the drugs. Okay? Get off them drugs. Okay? So, you know, they not going to do it. They don't want to have the hard conversation. And frankly, I think they like being on them drugs. You know, they like having a thrill. And it makes them feel like they're Superman. It makes them feel like they're superpower. That's what I hear. You know, drugs, it gives you a relief from reality. And people in this life, they don't know how to cope with reality and push forward. You know, so many men out here, their ego is so fragile and so sensitive. They don't know how to cope through being uncomfortable and keep pushing through being uncomfortable. So they have to resort to drinking and drugs to try to ease their mind and to numb the hurt that they're feeling. But, you know, it's part of human is to feel hurt and sadness, you know, to show your emotion. I think also it plays a part where society does not want men to express how they feel when it comes to being sensitive, of crying or feeling sadness. And for men to stop feeling that way, they go get on them drugs because it's going to numb them up. It's going to make them forget. So, you know, I think it needs to be a space with that too. Instead of waiting till these men blow up, or these men don't know how to control their emotions, and when they packing out, they just packing out. You gotta learn how to control your emotions and tame that thing, and not just lash out and be calm. You know, think smart about it. You know, think rational. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of here. I love y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, and let us know what you guys think about this. And I'm out. Bye.